A big part of our focus today has been on the High Court sitting in Pretoria because the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is set to resume there today. But it's now emerged that a building next to that courtroom has, gone up in flames. Let's get you the sense of what's actually taking place on the ground. Bring in our Mnisi, who's watching the story for us. And Linda, we understand these are the LPC officers. What are you able to see?
Yes, indeed, and it looks like these are the offices of the Legal Practice Council, which basically governs the work of legal practitioners in South Africa. It's right next to the Pretoria High Court, where in fact that Senzo Meyiwa murder trial is expected to get underway. As we were just preparing ourselves to get into court, we're told that there is a building that is on fire, which is directly next to the entrance of the court, where in fact cars would enter the court. You're seeing there some people trying to extinguish the fire. At this point, we do not know what could have caused the fire, but we've been seeing a number of people getting inside this building trying to extinguish the fire. As you can see, they're trying to just get more and more people to try and come and assist here with trying to extinguish the fire. It looks like this is the portion that has in fact caught the fire. You're seeing some of the men inside of this particular building trying to help out members of the public, also standing outside watching what is unfolding right next to this court. You're seeing there some of the people coming to assist. It's something that we had not seen at that particular earlier when we arrived here. There were just about two gentlemen who were trying their best really to extinguish the fire using water. The pipes there are now being brought out of this particular court to try and assist with the extinguishing of the fire. The branding outside of this building indicates that these are offices of the Legal Practice Council here in Pretoria. Ayanda?
It looks like the fire might have been actually ongoing for quite some time there, because I can see in our frame there, Linda, the palm tree next to the building itself appears to have been affected. In fact, I saw small bits of flames there towards the top of the tree. But more than that, it appears that it's just ordinary people trying to put this fire out. I mean, is there any sign of law enforcement or officials who are trained to do this?
No. At this point, Andy, as you are indicating that there isn't any firefighters that have been deployed yet to the scene. Earlier on, there was a police vehicle that was here, and I could overhear the police officer making calls to try and get some assistance for these people and for this building to be extinguished. You speak about this palm tree that has also caught fire. I mean, we've seen how the people who are here and are trying to extinguish this fire have been trying to assist with also this particular tree, but it seems it also still catches a fire. But if you come to this particular side of this area, you also see that these are the gentlemen that are trying by all means to kind of assist in the extinguishing of the fire. We're seeing also buckets here that have been extinguished, and these are the scenes really coming out of this particular building. If you look on this side, Ayanda, it looks like the entrance is even broken here on this side. So we're seeing more and more people entering from that particular vantage point to try with their pipes to try and extinguish the fire. This gentleman drenched in fact water. We saw one of the people. Let's just take a listen in, Ayanda, to what we're being told here outside.
They are not.
Saw the smoke.
Yes, because these people, they are not fair to us. I went to NPA. I went to.
So you didn't see how the fire started?
Yes, I didn't see. Yes, I didn't. I didn't see anything.
It's my child.
Yeah.
Want to know the law society? The lawyer.
It's my case.
It's a bribe.
No.
It's a bribe.
And corruption,
It's
ma'am.
corruption.
It's bribe and corruption here. I was arrested for 7. I slept New Lock for 7 days.
You didn't see how the fire started?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't
know anything. I don't know anything. What I know
What happened? What happened to this boy?
The guy plays throw him with even me too. He beat us with the fire extinguishers. He beat my son here. He beat my wife. He beat even me here. I tried to. Yes, I've got evidence because they don't want to give me an evidence.
The
Yes,
money
it's,
is millions of
my children didn't go to school for 6 months. I told them that these people, Mpesi Makanya want to kill me. Those people, Joyce Marshall, who's the one who does disciplinary, he is doing corruption.
So you were not here at the time when the fire started?
We were there, inside there.
What did you see?
Inside the building.
What did you see?
I was just see the fire started. I didn't know what happened, so I went to rent. I went out, me and my children. But this, my child was traumatized. They are all traumatized. They were trying to. He didn't have time. Like he was quarreling.
We want to say, Rainbow Justice, Minister of Justice,
yes,
come to law society to solve the corruption, the bribe.
Okay, all right. I want to thank you so much for your time. These are the scenes that are playing themselves outside of court, while of course there is work that needs to be done going into court. So were you going to go inside the Legal Practice Council?
Yes, now I've got an appointment at 9. But I just arrived here just now and then I saw this was the situation. No.
What was your appointment for, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's private. I can't tell you.
Okay. All right. So we're seeing Ayanda right now. The fire emergency services arriving at this particular scene, which we're hoping will be able to assist with the extinguishing of the fire. Some of them even going inside and will be, of course, getting all their protective gear, which will then be of assistance in making sure that they're able to access the area. They haven't told us of any assessment really that has been done. They haven't done that. What you're seeing right now is them, in fact, arriving to make sure that they respond to this particular fire. You would have heard that gentleman there saying that he had an appointment to come and, of course, address some of the personal issues here at the Legal Practice Council, but unfortunately finding the place to be up in flames. But also, you'll also remember that lady who we spoke to earlier on, her son there on the floor. It's unclear what really happened, but she says that they threw a fire extinguisher at them, and they were also inside when they saw that there was fire and they started running out. It seems, from what we're hearing from her, that there were already people inside of that particular building. So at this very moment, what we're seeing, the cars that are now responding to this fire are just 2. These are from the Tshwane Emergency Services. This is from what I'm able to see at this particular point. So this gentleman, taking him less than, I guess, a minute to get ready, as you can see now, going to assess the fire. And the extent of the fire, possibly trying to get an understanding of how they can then approach it. Ayanda?
Yeah, I mean, the irony there is that firefighter appears to be struggling to get in, and that says quite a lot. But Linda, you're obviously within the vicinity because you're watching the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. There's understandably commotion outside court. How is this affecting entry in and outside of the court, if at all?
So, Ayanda, this is literally next to the entrance, one of the entrances, which is used by cars into the Pretoria High Court. Members of the public are still able to enter the court and access the court in a different entrance. This entrance is not affected. Even the entrance of the cars is not affected at the moment. I'll just ask my colleague, Ningit Mdunge, to just pan and show you the vehicles that are entering inside the court. Those are vehicles that are accessing the court building. In fact, when you use the pedestrian entrance, you wouldn't even notice that there's a fire because it's on the other side, on Paul Kruger Street. That is where the pedestrian entrance is, and it's really not affecting, or you can't even see, except for the smoke really, that is outside and is being seen by members of the public. You're also seeing some of the people here who are gathered to view what has happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And understandably, quite a fluid situation there with our reporter Linda Mnisi watching as the LPC officers, we understand, right next to the High Court sitting in Pretoria, are affected by a fire. The extent of the damage caused by this blaze is still unclear. The cause of the fire itself also yet to be determined. Linda, if you can still hear us, I wonder how this is affecting traffic around court.
So It hasn't really affected traffic, Ayanda, from where we are. I'll just take you through it so that you're able to see what is happening. Cars are still able to pass, particularly those who are going to the direction of the court. We're standing now on one of the roads, really, that is one of the busiest here in Pretoria CBD, accessed by a lot of people. The Metro Police who of Tshwane have not yet arrived, and there's no indication of a disturbance in traffic. The cars that are passing here have been able to pass freely. We're just going to move out of the way, in fact, to make way for a bus that is approaching us. But if you look really on this side of the street, it's still open for members of the public and those cars that are passing. So at this point, it seems like the situation is quite controllable, and that the fire is still within just the building of the Legal Practice Council, not necessarily affecting anything beyond its point. So for now, it is this situation and it being contained right into this particular building. Ayanda?
Absolutely. Well, Linda Mnisi, thanks very much indeed for that update. We're certainly going to watch the story as it continues to unfold.